Hello everyone, this is me, Dheeraj Jalo, and you are watching official YouTube channel of OSINT Admission. So in today's video, we will be getting the basics of phone number OSINT. So before moving to the practical, I believe that we should firstly understand the theoretical part of this portion. So, as everyone of us already know what a phone number is, basically like it's a you can say a address in the phone world. So by just knowing a phone number, we can collect a lot of data about that particular individual who is using that phone. So let's get started. So here are the main use cases of phone numbers, like where we actually use this phone number. So because in OSHIT, what we actually do is like we try to find out like the details about the other person. So when the other person is doing something, then only we can find out any details about it. So for that, let's understand what are the main use cases of phone number. The first one is calling and voicemail. So basically, like we use phone number for making calls and leaving voicemails. So we can't exploit this particular use case. Let's move on to the second one, verification. Phone numbers are like very often used to verify identities and to prevent fake accounts on most of the websites, including some of the popular social media websites. Like when we create an account on Instagram, YouTube, like many of the online websites ask us to verify our account by entering a phone number and getting an OTP on that. So basically, we can exploit that particular technique that when we are registering on a website by using phone number, maybe we can try to abuse the forgot password functionality of that particular website in order to know that if our victim or I can say our target uses that particular website or not. Similarly, we can also try to exploit the sign up and login functionality too. In some of the cases, it mainly depends on that particular website that if we can exploit any of these techniques or not. Also, this comes under active OSINT in general, like because in many of the cases these websites notify the particular our target. So always check that if the website you are trying to exploit does not verify does not notify that particular target. The third one is we use phone numbers for banking and payments. So here we can exploit this particular use case because in any of the banking apps, when we go, we enter a phone number and it shows the details of that particular phone number, that what bank account is attached to that particular number, and like some other cool details. The next one is sign up functionality. So many of the popular websites ask for a phone number to sign up on their website. Now the next one is the first step in OSINT, determining VoIP or non-VoIP number. VoIP numbers means voice over internet protocol. Basically here we are receiving all the calls, messages and everything using the internet instead of when we traditionally enter a SIM card in our mobile phone and we receive calls and messages by the cellular network. So when we receive all those things via cellular network, there we are having non-VoIP numbers. Basically, we are having a physical SIM card or a eSIM card which is entered in our Android device or like iPhone device, whatever device we are using. But in VoIP numbers, we basically purchase a phone number from any online service and it is delivering all the phone calls and messages to us by internet. So it's an important thing that whenever you are doing a phone number OSINT, you firstly try to check that if that number is a VoIP number or non-VoIP number. We will learn about everything in detail in upcoming videos. This is a beginner friendly video, so we will be covering only the basics. The next one is ways to find the real name behind a phone number. Here we have mainly four techniques. The first one is banking apps. Basically, like assume that nowadays everyone uses digital payments, and digital payments allow us to find transfer payments to each other by just using phone number. Like I live in India, and here we have some of the payment apps like Paytm, GPay, where we just enter a phone number, and if that phone number is being used for digital payments, it will display us the bank account where that particular amount is going and the name that is associated with that particular phone number and bank account. So we can use banking apps to find out who is the particular person who owns that phone number, because when I enter a number in any of the payment app, if that number is being used in payment app, it will display me the name and bank account name and the last two or three digits of the bank account also. Similarly, the second method is using social media apps. So basically, like popular apps like WhatsApp and Telegram allow us to view that particular contact, like name of that particular person that is being displayed or used on that particular account. So assume that I have a Instagram, I can say I have a WhatsApp account registered on my number. So I will be having a name set on my WhatsApp. So when you know my phone number, you can just enter that number on WhatsApp. Like you can save that number in your contacts and you will see that number on WhatsApp if it will be registered. And there sometimes we get the real name of the target. Similarly, in Telegram, if people don't change their privacy settings to none, then you can just go to Telegram, try to save that particular contact, and there you will be able to see that that particular number is having Telegram or not, and just go to their profile, just delete contact, and it will display you the name that particular person has kept on his Telegram. So from there also sometimes we get his real name. Similarly, the third one is reverse lookup databases. Here we basically go to some websites which have their own databases where we search for phone number, and if their database is having any kind of detail that is attached to that particular phone number. Like mainly the websites like Truecaller, Spokeo, White Pages, and Truthfinder. The fourth one is leaked databases. Here, we search the phone number and we check that if that phone number is not being leaked in any of the database breaches. Like as we know that many of the websites has been breached in the past, including some of the popular websites which have millions of databases. So in this technique, we basically try to find out that if that number is not being leaked in any database, if that number has been found in any database breach, it will display us the results. So we can use that for finding out who that particular person is. There are many other techniques too, which depends on the particular individuals and from which country and which phone number it is. So we will learn about all these things in detail in future. Now here's the personal approach which I use to find real names. Also, when we are applying all these techniques, please always cross check that the data is correct. Sometimes what happens is that the person who is owning that number may have entered wrong name in some places in order to confuse you or like maybe to misinterpret you. So always cross check the data in ocean. The first technique is I always pay attention to the country code. Like in India, we have country code of +91. So if I receive any number which is starting with +91, that means that that number is registered in India. Similarly, always pay attention to the initial two or three digits of that particular phone number and check that that phone number is registered in which country. And in some of the cases, you will also be able to find out the area in which that phone number is registered. Like in USA and in many other country, it is also possible by the phone number to find out which area it was registered. So always firstly find out from which country it was registered. Then secondly, I try to find out that if that phone number is a VIP number or non-VIP number. In generally, I try to search that number on a lot of disposable VIP number provider websites which you have may have heard of like SMS24 online, and there are multiple websites which provide disposable number to receive text messages and calls. So I try to check that if that number has not been taken from those websites, because if that's a disposable number, it won't be possible that we will be able to track, because firstly that person has got that phone number for a very limited time, and secondly that is a disposable number, so maybe just after the 5 minutes the number has been released by that particular individual, maybe anyone else has started using it, so that won't be practically possible to find out who is the person behind that number. The third is I try to check for online activity. Here I basically try to find out if that person uses popular social media websites using that number, if he has registered on those websites, if he has used that number on payment apps and many other things which can be used to find out online activity of their target. And in step 4, I try to check that if that number is registered on WhatsApp, Telegram, and some other social media websites, like all the social media websites which allow us to view details of the user of that particular website by knowing their phone number. Like on WhatsApp, we can just enter phone number and can see their profile pic if that has been set to visible for everyone. Similarly, like, so that's it for this video. So phone numbers, like as you all know, plays a pivotal role in personal and professional lives. So it is like a very important thing. Like you should understand the world of phone number ocean in very detail. So we will be understanding those things one by one in the upcoming videos. This is a beginner friendly video, and that's it for this video. See you guys in the upcoming video. Also comment down on what particular topic you want me to cover in the upcoming videos. Thank you everyone.